Jonish Gurung, and I'm one of the member of this e-home service management. Uh, till now, he completed Sprint 1 and Sprint 2, and currently we're spending time on Sprint 3. Let me go back to the project and let me go to the roadmap. As you can see, we did user authentication in Sprint 1 and responsive user interface in Sprint 2, and we're currently working on database design in Sprint 3. As you can see the time frame for each sprint 2. Okay, let me go to the sprint 3 database design. We all the members participated and implemented 6 database stories, and all of these stories are assigned by each of the members. Let me go to the first stories, and the first story is: as a user, I must be able to save my credentials in secure mode. It was assigned by my friend Dipu Shrestha. And the second story, as a user, I must be able to authenticate my credentials before stepping into the system, and it was assigned by myself. And the third story, as an admin user, I must be able to get transaction history for the month or day of year, and it was assigned by Dipu Shrestha again. And the fourth one, as a technician, I must get customer address, location and time from database, and it was assigned by Beeki Shrestha. And the fifth story, as a customer, I must get technician availability whenever I made a request, and it was assigned by Shiva Thapa. And the last one, as a user, I want the system to work in fast speed and get my request and response in minimum time, and it was assigned by my friend Anmol Shrestha. So let me skip this part and let me go to the GitHub, and we have implemented some of the coding. And the first coding, we use the HTML using a cascading style set. As you can see over here in the first coding section, we cover the home pages, admin panel, and customer portal. For the second one, database, using the same HTML and CSS, we cover up our contact information like our name, group members, our email address, our phone number, and moreover. Similarly, we did the user list too. And furthermore, I came with a git pull, and I just started writing some of the code, and my rest of the friend, they they open my address, or they use my link address, and they check the status and did comment and did the rest of the part using the git clone. So for right now, I'm to stop over here, and my friend Beeki Shrestha, he will be continuing the rest of the part in a detail. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Beeki Shrestha, and I am one of the group members of eHome Service Management Group Project. I'm here for the presentation of Sprint 3. So I'm going to talk and continue my second part of the Sprint 3. In this part, I'm going to talk briefly about the details of work completed by each group members in Sprint 3 and some details of work that we'll do in the upcoming sprint. So let us talk about the work of Anmol Shrestha. In the sprint, he worked on database implementation. At first, he compared ideas with previously built entity relationship diagram, which is also known as ERD diagram, and then he reviewed it to make changes if there are any. Finally, he applied configuration on SQL Server. In the upcoming sprint, he will work on MVC approach to make project. On the other hand, he will also work on database queries for the implementation of database. Similarly, let us talk about the work of Shiva Thapa. In this sprint, he made necessary tables and their fields and worked on how multiple users can be handled in one table. And he also added some test data in it. In the next sprint, he will work further on user authentication module and its backend implementation so that only authorized persons can use system. Also, let us talk about the work of Jonish Gurung. He made integrated constraint on database tables. Similarly, he also made connection between tables, identify foreign key, and primary key. In the next sprint, he will work on backend side of notification module, which includes get custom notification when customer dispatch request. Also, let us talk about the work of Dipu. He researched on the payment method and built table for it. He also worked partially on this module. In the upcoming sprint, he will work on payment method module, backend implementation, and integrate database with project. And finally, I'm going to talk about my work in Sprint 3, which are as follows. In this sprint, I collaborate with my team members. I build database tables, which we will use in further sprint. In the end, I also made some queries for the testing. In the next sprint, I will work further in backend implementation and write queries for completion of project. I'll work in backend implementation of user roles and permissions and their mappings. So that will all be all for the sprint 3. I'm going to stop my presentation here. Thank you. Have a good day.